Hey everybody, Barry here again. As you can see, I'm sweaty and dirty and I have the van in the garage getting ready to take the engine out. So this is going to be a really fast time-lapse video. I'm not going to do day-by-day videos like I did with the Cadillac when I blew that up. I don't really have a lot of time for stop and go commentary. Jeez, I'm already out of breath pushing this thing around. So I'm going to do a time-lapse from beginning to end. I've got 2 days. Well, not 2 days. Like 48 hours. And, you know, I gotta work in between that and sleep somewhere, eat. So, we just towed it in with the forklift. I'll put that up now. Got it in the garage, all that stuff, and I'm gonna start. I've got to start pulling this thing apart, go home and get my backup engine, which has no heads on it, just rotating assembly in a block, and start. Hopefully it didn't wreck my pickup tube. Fingers crossed. If it did, I'll just have to make a new one really, really quick and flatten her. That's all I can do. Just keep on going. Well, just a little progress report. Engine is out. That was fast. I put in a lot of extra work when I was building this to make this possible. It's 2 hours, 2.5 hours, something like that, and it's on the floor. Basically now the plan is to remove all the accessories everything. Oil filter stuff, power steering stuff, intake manifold, all that. Oil pan got to come off. Starter, well, obviously transmission got to come. One thing I did notice that I don't like is this was disconnected. And it looks like this coil had a bad time. I don't know what happened. Did a piece of rod come up and flick and hit it or something? Because it was just not hooked up at all. Doesn't seem to be any damage or anything there, but I'm not going to put these back on. I think I'm going to go back to my bottle style coils just because that one has a crack in it now. Something hit it. Whatever happened there, I don't know, but I don't want to risk going out and having a misfire, and I don't really care about melting down another engine, but if I can avoid that entirely, it would be awesome. So I'm going to stab away at it again, continue on, pull off the accessories. I got to wait for Cass to come back with the Cadillac so I can go get my other engine and pretty much find all the parts that I can find and bolt it back in. Hopefully the cam isn't destroyed. I can look up through the hole in the block and see the cam. So hopefully a rod didn't take it out. If it did, I'll put a truck cam in it, I guess. I do have an LS7 cam, but that's a bit excessive for right now for my tuning ability. So yeah, let's continue on. I'm not running out of time. It's still only Thursday, but I don't want to run out of time. So I want to give my boss, Craig, a quick shout out. You treat me way better than I ever deserve to be treated by anybody. So today I blew it up dinner time. Craig comes back and he's like, "Oh no, you have it blown up. Get the forklift, I'll steer." I was like, "Dude, it's 3 o'clock in the day. We're open. We're selling car parts." He's like, "Let's do it. That way you can work on it after work and take half day tomorrow morning to get this thing moving." So that's amazing. I appreciate it. I don't think I'd be able to do this without that little bit extra help, and that's awesome. So let's get back at it and not waste any more time. Well, let's see if there's any oil in this at all. I'm excited. Oh, there's metal. Oh yeah, Dwayne, that's crunchy.
Send it away to the lab.
Find out what the problem is. There seems to be a problem with my oiling system. So I found out the problem. It's right there. I painted a Chevy engine plum crazy purple. Yep, that's the issue. Woo!
Well, the very worst thing is, if I got another LS1 cam there, I might have donated to the cause.
That might. Oh no.
That's volume next year, bro.
I don't think either way it's gonna work. That would be great.
Do we sponsor the video? Like this program brought to you by
Rockstar in every video.
Rockstar Caravan?
Huh?
Do you have sponsored in the video from Rockstar or something?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to tag you in every video, Frampton, because every time I blow something up,
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
Frankfurt Motorsports.
Was that a lot of stuff crunched
Yeah,
up?
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's do
All
that
that
again.
base man up.
Let's see. Hang on.
Metal just came out.
There is stuff in there.
It's a rattle box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This tear down is brought to you by the letter F. For words we can't say.
Yeah.
Food bar.
Yeah. F to pay respects.
Yeah.
Food bar. New word of the day. Food bar. Picked up down over there.
What saves me the most is that was the aluminum block.
Yeah, that's.
If it was the iron block, it wouldn't be.
Well, if it was iron block, it probably would just rattle around inside, and nothing would have happened.
Hey, if you think Oak Island is good, wait till the opening comes up.
Well, Oak Island took 10 seasons to find anything. We're here in like 25 minutes.
I'm wondering if the heads and stuff.
Oh, the heads are definitely cooked. 100%. You gotta be. There's nothing in there. I understand. What did I keep hitting? Oh, the bolt back there. Am I not gonna be able to turn this
water
upside
on
down?
it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's only just actual water.
You can slide it
I
out.
put water in it. There's something like this is gonna happen
What about it? They just
because it's 10 miles too long.
Yeah.
so you're trying to go the other way.
So what, you better ready to come at the rat rod or?
Oh, why? Just coarse a little bit.
That's beast is coming.
Oh, we're getting some of it though. Sick. Oh, there's a lot of stuff. I don't want to lose it all up in the crank.
I'd leave it, non-bolt it, and just let it drop.
Yep.
The heck with it.
Just leave it.
Non-bolt all this shit too.
Yeah,
I seen a fighter video. Fighter said you got more nerve than I got. Fighter said I'm doing up engines. He said I got no nerve for it no more.
That's funny.
He hauled the engine at that boat. I thought it was 4 or 5 times before he got.
You did that last year, didn't you?
No, this is back when he made that with stroker years and years ago. Oh yeah. Every second weekend, hauling right from the piston there because you were too lean.
Sounds like a kid's car.
Yes. It's bad time. Oh, Rodney. I don't think I'm going to save anything.
There's
except
3
for-
rods.
Oh, there's a rod.
Well, that's the one that. Well, that's part of the one that's still on the crank because there's 2 there. It's not even on the crank no more.
She stretched the wrist pin hole. Let's put this aside.
Yeah, we'll reuse that.
One of the boys said I should make a trophy out of this. Oh boy. Oh, that's the most I've seen in a pan ever. There's another rod in there.
Oh no.
She obliterated everything. This is steel wool.
You worried about changing your oil?
Oh,
That was a wrist pin. Wrist pin's still good. Keep that.
I can't believe the pan didn't bust open. Look at the star on that.
No, there's a good ding on you.
good used race parts.
That's just more clearance for next time.
Used race parts.
Look at the windage tray, or what's left to it.
Boys.
Oh.
Hey, my pickup tube is fine. There's a bolt in the bottom.
On the rod bolts, I'd
Yeah.
say, isn't it? That's my question. Why?
Well, she had noises when I first started it out. Yes. This has just got worse until I made it really,
I
really.
was saying bearing clearance.
Well, I put a Gen 3 crank on Gen 4 rods with used bearings. Oh, it's over here. Well, night number 1 is over. I got more accomplished than I thought I would, actually. So the engine is completely scrapped and completely destroyed. 2 pistons came out in pieces. 1 piston is completely missing, which is down there somewhere. The frame is in great shape. Everything up here is in great shape. Transmission is fine. So, tomorrow is reassembly, I guess. I gotta bring up my engine, which is the engine off the rat rod. It's a Gen 3 5.3. Dished pistons, I already got the rings gapped to 30 thousandths. And I'll bolt the heads on it and fire away. And it'll be reassembly time in no time. So I'm gonna go home and get some sleep and come up first thing tomorrow morning and plug away. Well, I just got the oil pan cleaned out and it filled a 20-pack Timbits box. That is a lot of stuff. Most of this is all piston. That's a mess. So I have the blue engine on the stand right now, pretty much ready to go. I just got the front sump oil pan cleaned up. Just got the pickup tube cleaned up. And I can start reassembling everything now by the looks of it. So this should be fairly quick going back together, and hopefully by the end of tonight I'll be driving it. Now it might be 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, but nobody lives up this way anyway, so who cares if I do pulls? I got a lot of tuning to do before tomorrow morning. Well, it's all done, assuming it starts. Everything that came out of the block came out on the starter side, and one of the wires was kind of riding out a little bit. So I'm hoping that it didn't cut connection to the starter, but we'll see. So I'm gonna try to start it. I guess it'll probably work with the same tune. I'll just have to tweak it a little bit. So let's jump in and see what happens. I also had to disconnect the clutch, which means I might have to bleed it again. It is pretty solid, so I might not have to. Let's see what happens. That's something. It's something. So I'm going to go ahead and put a tune in this, and I'll see you in a second. I'm going to see if I can get it out for a drive. Hopefully it works. It lives again! Woo! Let's see what it's going to do tomorrow. I am dead tired, but I have tuning to do. Man, this thing sounds good. Well, it's 1:40 a.m. and behind me you'll see there's no van. It's outside. I've been tuning for the last half hour or so, and it's going extremely well. I've been babying it just because I just put it together today. So I haven't been above like 60-65% throttle, and I've already hit 7 PSI on the logs. I don't know why. It's a bone stock 5.3 with a 5.3 cam, dished pistons, and 317 heads, which are absolute garbage. Everybody throws them away. They're junk. And it's making boost at part throttle. And by part, I mean like 3/4 throttle, whatever. At low RPM too, like 2,500 RPM is wicked. It's absolutely awesome. So I'm gonna end it here now because I have a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of tuning to do, and I have burnouts tomorrow. So, yeah, I am wicked excited. I started this engine, I started taking it out yesterday dinner time, and it's now 2 o'clock in the morning the next day. It's been a long 16 or 17 hours. So, I'm going to shut her down. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.